Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I have an article on my desk that is honestly pretty crazy. It was an email before it was sitting here on the desk, and I looked at the email earlier today, and it said, "Garbage deals. Dealership puts customers in cars with $3,000 a month car payments." That's wickety, wickety, wickety whack. Like, that's crazy. That's nuts. Okay, it says, a New York Fed survey published earlier this week indicated that in the fourth quarter of 2023, auto loan delinquencies reached levels not seen since right after the Great Recession more than a decade ago. So we're hitting historical numbers here. It says delinquency transaction rates have pushed past pre-pandemic levels.
All right, and we remember this, though. We remember during the pandemic, people were buying used cars.
Yes!
On like 72-month notes that were like, I have a buddy, and if you ask him, he's one of my oldest friends. Like, what do you do for a living? He says, I make bad car loans. And even he said, dude, these loans people are asking for are absolute madness.
I am just, I'm really shocked.
And they're coming home to roost now, but then it's getting worse. It's getting worse, man.
Wow. It says an Edmund report from last year showed the percentage of drivers with plus $1,000 monthly payments jumped to an all-time high. The reason is that the average amount financed for a new vehicle is around $40,000. Folks are putting $40,000 cars. That's the average.
Hold on, 17% of Americans.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Have $1,000 monthly car payment.
Yeah. Listen, John.
Golly!
Look, John, a while back, we
That's insane!
and that's for one car.
$1,000!
That's just one car. Most households are a two-car household.
Okay, that is groceries.
It's a lot.
And eating out. Or a car that at the most, you drive for what, 2 hours? Maybe. And it sits in your driveway or your garage or your parking lot where you work.
The parking garage. Folks can't even see it because it's dark in there.
And they're $1,000. I should have read this more closely before I looked at this.
Yeah, it's nuts. So he says,
this episode is sponsored by Preparation H because I got the hemorrhoids, James. $1,000.
All right, it gets worse. It goes down. Listen, he says, this leads us to two posts that were made by a certain Instagram handle. It says they shared what appeared to be an auto dealer sharing several images online of new customers financing vehicles with payments that are as much as monthly mortgage payments. So in other words, these people are in this Instagram post and they're excited about the fact, like, God came through and I got me my deal, and
it's always that too. Like,
yes.
Man, God heard my prayer.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
And now I have a $2,550 monthly payment.
It says one person purchased a 2023, it's on the screen. One person purchased a 2023 Tahoe with a $2,550 a month payment on an 84-month term. That's almost a decade.
That's a depreciating asset. It will be... Oh my gosh.
Another person, that was just one guy, another person bought a 2023 Sierra. Oh my gosh.
$2,500 Denali.
Oh, with a $3,000 a month payment. And he was locked in to a 96-month. Look, there's the prayer hands. Why do they got to put listen. And look me in my eye. God didn't have nothing to do with that. You did that. That is not a blessing.
Gosh. Hey, can we just say, Tahoe? I would love to have a Tahoe. A brand new Sierra Denali. I love that car. And I can't imagine signing up for a 96-month term.
And here's the thing, John.
On a depreciating asset.
I can't even get into the people that would sign for this. Like the guys in the photos or whoever. Their level of financial literacy is clearly very, very low. And they need shows like The Ramsey Show.
Yeah.
But whoever sold them this, I have questions about your integrity and who you are as a person. And you need King Coleman because you are not doing work that matters. You're doing work that causes pain. I mean, this is horrible. Just because you can get something doesn't mean you should get it. That's really the lesson here. Just because you can get it doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it was a blessing. It makes me think of that verse, and all you're getting, get understanding and get wisdom. This is not wise. And just going out to get things because you can get it, because you can purchase. And on the other side, just making the sale because you can make it and because they're willing to sign. Each of those, there's responsibility on both sides of that scale. The consumer has a responsibility, and the person selling on the other end has a responsibility to society to do better.
To society. Okay? It's a greater good. $3,000 a month.
Let's do some math. So the guy who's doing $3,000 a month on a 96-year term, let's do a little bit of calculation here and see what that equivalates to over time. If he invested that money, I'm sick. It's $400,000. If he invested that money over the same term, instead of
paying $400,000,
$400,000.
So he's going to be sitting on a truck that's worth about 20 to 25% of what he bought it for in 96 months, versus the other side of that.
Yeah. If for 8 years, and here's what I did for people checking my math. I did 0% start, like he has no money to start. I did that he's investing it for 8 years at an 8% return. 8%'s fine, whatever. It's not that great. Compounding monthly, so he's paying $3,000 in a month. And yeah, $400,000 in that range.
Wow.
That's what he's giving up to be able to post on Instagram and say, look at the car I got. I got my Sierra 2500 Denali. That's crazy.
Congratulations, man. You just tied a boat anchor around your leg and you just jumped off the bridge, man.
And it's just going down, because we know new cars, they take that first hit, they lose 40 to 60% of their value in those first 3 to 4 years. Is critical. They lose it so quickly. And instead of that, he's got his car though.
I'm telling you, man, the $1,000 tripped me out. These make me sick to my stomach.
Here's what people said. Let's hear what other people said on Twitter. This is what people responded. They said $288,000 for a truck that will depreciate in 1/5 to 1/5 of that long before it's paid off. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know where he got the 2088. I don't know where he got that dollar amount from. It's going to be more than that. This guy said, dude could be almost a third of the way through a 30-year mortgage on an expensive house when he pays off his truck. It is a mortgage. $400,000 is what he's sacrificing.
Yeah. And here's the part that's making me sick to my stomach is people watch TV and they watch TikTok or they watch Instagram and they have this vision, and maybe they know one guy at their church or one guy at their office or two guys at their office, and they know that person's rich, whatever rich means, and that person who's rich has car X, Y, or Z. And what they don't know is behind closed doors, the average millionaire, the number one car driven by millionaires is a Toyota. It's a Toyota.
Wow.
And this is how wealth transfer doesn't happen or does happen, is somebody will end up taking this money and they're a millionaire and they're going to buy a used Tundra. They're going to buy a used Camry, a used Cadillac, and they're going to write a check for it. And then they're going to invest $3,000 a month and make $400,000. And on the other side, someone's going to say, I got that same car, yet they're going to bury themselves. They're going to bury their financial future and the financial future of those who love them and those who come after them with this type of nonsense.
And this is why we tell you guys, like and share the show. People, it's financial literacy at its finest. People need it. They don't know.
This is family tree stuff right here.
They don't know. This is ruining his family tree. He doesn't even know it. He thinks he's gotten a good deal. He's so excited. He's sharing it on social media, and we see that. People need to know this information. Like and share the show so that people can get what we're teaching, which is knowledge, and we all know that knowledge is power.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.